Good morning, students. Hello, students. Now, again, we are going to start with the series of video lectures. And as before your UT first examination, we had ended up to the work done by the conservative forces. And in the last video, last section of video for the lecture, that is Work Energy Power Chapter 6. We had discussed about the work done by the conservative force, that is gravitational potential energy we had discussed. After that we had discussed the work done by the spring force, that is also a conservative force, and in that case we had seen a relationship, that is the force by the conservative force. The force is negative of the change of potential energy with distance, that is Fx is equal to minus du upon dx. And the kinetic energy, we had seen that the kinetic energy Fx into delta x, the work done by work energy theorem, we had discussed, and in that work energy theorem we had discussed that the kinetic energy change in kinetic energy is equal to work done. On that basis, we will discuss about the conservation of energy. So today's discussion is the conservation of energy, and in today's discussion we will discuss about that when there is the conservative force acting on a body, then when conservative force is acting on a body, then the total energy remains conserved. The total energy remains conserved. From its initial point to final point, the total energy remains conserved, and with two applications, that is in the case of a spring and in the case of free falling of a body. In both the cases, we will discuss about the conservation of energy, So, let us discuss about the conservation of energy. The principle states that this principle states that if conservative force is being applied on an object, then its total mechanical energy remains conserved. Total mechanical energy remains conserved. Now, we are supposing one of the case that suppose a conservative force is being applied. Suppose here is a block, and the block displaces a distance delta x by the effect of a conservative force Fx. A conservative force, this force is a conservative force. And under the action of this conservative force, the block displaces by a distance of delta x. Now, in this case, first of all, we will calculate the total kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy by the help of work energy theorem, and after that we will discuss about the potential energy, change in potential energy on the body, and then we calculate the total energy in that case. So, let us calculate the work energy theorem from work energy theorem. from work energy theorem, what we will do, the change in kinetic energy is equal to Fx into delta S. Suppose this is equation 1, and we had studied that under the effect of conservative force, under the effect of conservative force, Fx is equal to minus del u upon del x, and we can say that from here we can say that del u is equal to minus of Fx into delta x. This is equation second, and combining these two equations, combining 1 and 2, if we are going to combine 1 and 2, then total energy E is equal to change in potential energy plus change in kinetic energy, and it is equal to Fx delta x minus Fx into delta x, and this is equal to total energy is equal to 0 and delta k plus delta u is equal to 0, and you can say that from here you can say that delta k plus u is equal to 0. Delta k plus u is equal to 0, and if the change is 0, means if the change is 0, then you can say that k plus u is equal to constant. K plus u is equal to constant. So here from here we had proved that when any body moves under the effect of conservative force, then in that case the sum of total energy, that is kinetic energy plus potential energy, is equal to constant. Kinetic, because change is constant, and we can also write here that delta k, here delta k is equal to minus of delta u. Delta k is equal to minus of delta u. Now this is the law of conservation of energy we had proved by taking kinetic energy and potential energy. Now two applications we will discuss for the conservation of energy. The application first is the movement of the spring, and the second free fall of the body. Now dear students, we will discuss for the conservation of energy one of the application, that is application first, that is mechanical energy is conserved in a stretched spring. Mechanical energy is conserved in a stretched spring, and for this we are taking an example. Look at the example. Suppose this is a case. We had also discussed this case when we are calculating the work done by the stretching of the spring. In that case also we had discussed the example. Now here we are going to correlate the potential energy and kinetic energy, so we are discussing this example again. Look at here. This is the equilibrium position of an object of mass m. The equilibrium position, there is no compression, no stretching in the spring. Now what we had done, we had stretched the spring to, this is the position x is equal to 0, this is the position xm, and This is the position minus xm. Means here the spring is compressed in the right side, that is minus xm you can say, by taking sign convention, and here by taking sign convention you can consider it is plus xm, and this is the equilibrium position. Now we had stretched the spring to a distance xm from its equilibrium position. Now we will see the relationship between the kinetic energy and potential energy. So here speed, suppose we had stretched the spring to this position and the spring is at rest, it's at this position, the spring is at rest. Now we had released the spring from this position, and when the spring, after releasing the spring from its stressed state to equilibrium position, its kinetic energy and velocity is maximum at this state at x is equal to 0. So speed and kinetic energy of the spring is maximum at x is equal to 0. So if we can say that half k x m square is equal to half k x square plus half m v square. Clear? This is the total potential energy, this is the potential energy at certain distance x, and this is the kinetic energy. So total potential energy and this is the total energy x. So since its velocity is maximum, we had discussed that its velocity when this mass m comes to the equilibrium position, that then at this state its velocity of mass m will be maximum, and as the velocity of mass m is maximum at x is equal to 0, so putting here x is equal to 0, we will get the maximum velocity. So half k x m square is equal to half m vm square, half m vm square, and from here we can calculate the value of vm. So its maximum velocity, half to half cancel out, and it will become vm square is equal to km vm square km x m square, and from here vm is equal to under root km into xm. This is the maximum velocity acquired by the block of mass m at the position x is equal to 0, and this is the maximum speed. Vm is the maximum, Vm is the maximum, Vm is the maximum speed, and here we will correlate graphically by the, look at here, if we draw look at here, this is the energy, this is total energy, and in this side this is the position xm, and this is position minus xm, and this is the position x is equal to 0. Means at this position x is equal to 0, at this position xm. So look at here, if we say that this is the potential energy, one of the graph, if this is potential energy and this is kinetic energy, this graph is the potential energy and this graph is the kinetic energy. So look at here, at point xm, when we had stretched the spring to the position xm, at this position the potential energy is maximum, the potential energy is maximum, at potential energy is maximum but kinetic energy is 0. Now we had released the block of mass m from this position to x is equal to 0. As the block reaches to the position x is equal to 0, look at here, its potential energy becomes 0 but kinetic energy becomes maximum. Now again, when it is in the position to be compressed, then look at here, kinetic energy is decreasing, decreasing, and then potential energy increasing, and at this position again the potential energy is the maximum, potential energy is maximum. Now from this position again the block of mass m goes to x is equal to 0, and the same cycle repeats again and again in such a way that the total energy at each and every point, the total energy at each and every point remains the constant. At each and every point, suppose I am taking an example of here the potential energy is this and kinetic energy is this. In such a way, the sum of this kinetic energy and potential energy gives the total energy, and at each and every step the total energy at each and every step for the movement of a spring from minus xm position to plus xm position, it is always the maximum energy, that is E. Means the energy is not going to be lost in the surrounding, the total energy is conserved in the spring if no external work is done by the spring, or no any frictional force or no any retarding force is acting on the spring, then total energy, and at x is equal to 0, this is the expression for total energy. This is the expression for total, this is the total energy, and this total energy is equal to potential energy at any point and velocity at any point. At mean position we had discussed, at mean position the velocity is maximum, so velocity is maximum, we had calculated the maximum velocity. So this is the maximum velocity. This is all about the application for mechanical energy is conserved in case of a stressed spring. Now we will discuss the second application. The second application is that conservation of energy in case of free fall. In class 9th you had studied about this. Again I am telling here also, in class 9th also you had studied about the conservation of energy in case of free fall. Means I want to say that suppose there are A, B and C points, and an object is being released from point A and it goes to point B, and then again it reaches to point C. So at point A the potential energy is maximum. Now at point B and at point C, at all these 3 points we have to calculate the total energy, and we will get the total energy is equal to mgh. Now look at here. Conservation of mechanical energy in a freely falling conservation of mechanical energy in case of freely falling body. For this we are taking an example. Suppose a body is at height h, and if the body is at height h from the ground, we had supposed the position of the body at point, this is point A, and this point A is at a distance of h from the surface of the earth. Now the block B had travelled a distance x from the, this distance is x, this distance is x, and then this distance becomes what? H minus x. So this position of the ball is C. Now the body is falling freely under gravity, G will be positive. We will take the G is positive because the motion of the body is in favor of gravitational pull. So we will take G is equal to positive. So now we will calculate the total energy total mechanical energy at point A. At point A. At point A, the body is at height h and it is at rest. Since it is at rest, so kinetic energy at point A is equal to half mv square and it is equal to 0. And potential energy at point A, it is equal to half. Suppose here the velocity, here v is equal to 0, here v is equal to v and here v is equal to v dash. So potential energy at point A is equal to mgh. So total energy at point A, total energy at point A is equal to kinetic energy at point A plus potential energy at point A, and it is equal to mgh. Now at point B, at point B, look at here, the body had acquired the velocity of v. So we have to calculate the velocity at, so applying v square minus u square is equal to 2g and we had traveled distance x. So we have to find initial velocity is 0. So v square minus 0 square is equal to 2gx and here v is equal to under root 2gx. This is the velocity. So kinetic energy equal to, kinetic energy at point A is equal to half mv square and it is equal to half m 2gx. Cancel out and it will be equal to mgx. Now we are interested to calculate the potential energy at point B. Potential energy at point B. Potential energy, because it is at a distance of h minus x, so potential energy will be equal to mg h minus x. Now total energy at point B. Total energy at point B is equal to mgx plus mg h minus x and it is again equal to mgh. Now at point C, we will calculate the total energy at point C. Total energy at point C. At point C. Total energy at point C. The body had acquired the velocity v dash at point C. So v dash square minus 0 square is equal to 2gx, or v dash square is equal to 2gx, or from here we can calculate kinetic energy at point C is equal to half m v dash square and it is equal to half m 2gx. 2 to 2 cancel out and it is equal to mgx. mgx. It is h. Height is h na? हाँ. h. h. So kinetic energy and potential energy at point C, since h is equal to 0, so potential energy is 0. So total energy at point C, is equal to kinetic energy at point C plus potential energy at point C, and it is equal to mgh plus 0, that is equal to mgh. Now what you had observed? You had observed that, okay, at each and every point under the effect of the gravitational pull, which is a conservative force, and under the effect of the conservative force, at each and every point the total energy is same. That is, total energy at point A is equal to total energy at point B is equal to total energy at point C. Total energy at point A is equal to total energy at point B, and it is equal to total energy at point C. So you here also you had observed that the energy remains conserved. Now we will discuss about the graph showing the total energy in case of freely falling body. In case of freely falling body, look at here. Here the graph will be like this is change in kinetic energy and height, and this is energy, height, and this is energy, height and energy, and height and energy. So if we suppose this as kinetic energy and this as potential energy, so throughout the path the total and this is the total energy, means height is 0, then potential height is, if h is equal to 0, so h is equal to 0, then this is potential energy and this is kinetic energy. So h is equal to 0, so h is equal to 0, the potential energy is 0, u is equal to, look at here, u is equal to 0 and k is maximum. Now as h is increasing, kinetic energy is decreasing, potential energy is increasing, and at h potential energy is maximum but kinetic energy is 0, in such a way that at each and every point the total energy remains the same. So dear students, that's all for today, and now in the next video, in the tomorrow's video, we will discuss about numericals based on these topics which we had discussed today, and after that we will discuss about the conservation of energy in the circular motion or vertical circular motion of an object. So thank you students, have a nice day, take care.